Well, welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, November 22nd in the NBA. My three favorite plays are on the way. I also have a parlay. And then at the end of the video, I'll talk about all the other games I might not have talked about for my regular plays. If you are new, my name is Austin. Thank you, as always, for tuning in, especially on a weekend. I certainly appreciate it for spending a couple minutes with me. Let's dive in and first recap how we did yesterday. Another solid day for us. Could have been better, but hey, we'll take a 4-2 day, going up about 1.5 units. We cashed our VIP play of the day, Yusuf Nurkic under in points, the same as his teammate, Lowry Markkinen's under in threes. Cooper Flag got us home 20 plus points. Could have taken for 25 plus, but he almost scored 30. His first 30 ball scored 29. And then Jokic, our same game parlay there. So we really cashed all of our smaller plays because our bigger plays, besides Yusuf Nurkic, lost Garland. Not a good read. Scored 18 in the first half. He was stuck on 18 for a long time. And Şengün, just a bad play there. But overall, a pretty solid day. Let's keep the line moving. We did lose our long shot. Obviously, that was a small play. We did lose our ladder challenge by one once again. You can't make it up. But hey, we'll lock in, and I'll probably have a ladder challenge posted for the NFL for tomorrow, later on this afternoon, evening. But let's dive into today's slate. A reminder, we do Dub Club exclusive plays. That's just where you get a couple extra plays every single day. If you're interested, you can join. I talk about it every single day because I do an NBA play every single day, exclusive there. They're pretty good. You already saw the record, 12-6 so far this season, up an extra 4 units. Again, you can join exclusive props, parlays, all the other things. Join 50% off, less than $10 for your first month. Get on in there. And then if you do that for your first month, I'll probably be running a full year offer at the beginning of 2026. So, hey, take advantage of that if you want to. At the end of the video, I will also have a better entry, which will include a couple other props that I looked at, but maybe I'm just not 100% pulling the trigger on. But again, you can sign up for Betr, one of the best daily fantasy apps out there. But you got to use my code SHOT, SHOT, or the link down below, free $10. They'll give you a free $10. You don't even have to make a deposit, but they'll also match your first deposit up to $200 and give you a Jokic free pick for him to score 1 point on Saturday night. But without further ado, let's dive into the plays today. And we'll begin with the first one. If you looked at the card, if you looked at the games, you probably know where I'm going to go for this first one. So a COS Hall of Famer, Jalen Brunson, over 27.5 points, minus 116 on DraftKings, a 1-unit play. Now, if you recall, the last time Jalen Brunson took on the Magic, who he faces today, we took, I believe, his points line, which was 25.5, took that for 1.5 units, also sprinkled on the 30-plus points. He cashed both of those. Shout out Brunson. Well, again, today he faces the Orlando Magic, same sort of matchup. I'm only doing 1 unit here because, well, I feel like this line is pretty sharp. 27.5 feels like the right line for Brunson. Now, do I think he can score 35 today? Absolutely. But it's going to take him shooting the ball pretty well today on the road in Orlando. But why the heck am I backing Brunson over and over again against the Orlando Magic? Well, it's because how they play defense. And we've seen them do it time and time again this season, last season, even with guys banged up. They're consistently playing the same defense, which is we're going to stay home on shooters and we're going to force your number one guy to beat you. We want everyone else to be out of rhythm, but your number one guy we will live with scoring 35 plus points to beat us. We just saw them do it to James Harden, hence why we were on his under in assists in that game. But as you can see with Brunson, I'll bring back up Props Madness. As you guys know, we love Props Madness. Reminder, the link down below, code COS, 25% off your purchase. Just test it out if you want to. It's a great app. But you see Brunson's been pretty good. I mean, he's over this line in 8 of 12 games, not too shabby. Now they do have a couple guys on the injury report. He himself is probable. OG Anunoby will be out. Now, I don't really care about OG Anunoby. He normally sucks against the Magic. He doesn't really shoot a lot. But as I said, because OG Anunoby's kind of a spot-up guy. Now, we'll get into that. But look, spot-up shooters, third best defense. They're one of the best. They don't give up a ton of open looks. So guys like coming off the bench for the Knicks, like Mikal Bridges is becoming a more of a spot up guy. Josh Hart, whatever. But like guys like Landry Shamet, probably in the starting lineup tonight. He's a spot up guy. McBride and those guys. So again, where you see a lot of usage funnel to is the pick and roll ball handler, which we know Brunson is doing basically all of. They're in the middle of the pack, free throws, isolation, all these things. Hence why when Brunson has faced them before, and you saw him face them earlier just a few days ago, 31 points in that game. Didn't really shoot well, 10 for 23, missed a couple free throws in there. But again, the usage speaks for itself. That was a game they got smoked in. They lost by 18. The Magic are a pretty fast-paced team. They play fast, and I got to trust Brunson to keep delivering for us in this matchup. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I'll play his regular line for 1 unit, over 27.5 points. Keep the line moving. Brunson, he's coming through for us today. He's a COS Hall of Famer for a reason. My second play will be my only other 1-unit play of the day. It is actually my Delp Club exclusive play. Not my favorite slate ever, but it is an over and assist today. I won't tell you who. I'm just telling you, it's a Double Club exclusive play. You only find it there. You can join 50% off with the link down below. If you're like, Austin, I hate Double Club, I hate Discord and all this and that, but you don't even have to join the Discord to get the plays. They get pinged to your phone if you have an iPhone through the Double Club app. But you can still join on YouTube. You just have to become a member, but you got to become a COS Hall of Famer. We have 2 different tiers of membership on YouTube. The first one, which is only like $2 or $3 a month, is just getting the video plays early, which if you're interested in that, you certainly can do that. That's pretty easy. You'll find those in the community post tab. But the second one, the more expensive one, is where you can get the exclusive plays. It's the same price as the Double Club, about $15 a month. However, for there, I can't offer you discounts. I can't refund you if something goes wrong. Can't do anything like that because it's all through YouTube. So again, you can join if you want. They're printing, and we already have an NFL one live. We'll have an NFL one posted later today. Double Club, it's been paying for it if you've been in there. And then my final play before we get into some other leans and a DFS slip on Betr, it's going to be a little bit of a ladder for a guy, and it's Derek Queen of the New Orleans Pelicans. I took his 30-plus PRAs at plus 142. I took the 35-plus at plus 348 on DraftKings. Now, I only played these for a half and a quarter unit. I'm not going too crazy on Derek Queen because he's a rookie. He is on a back-to-back, and I did kind of fall into a trap, I feel like, last year with Khalil Ware, another rookie who was playing well, and then the back-to-back, it's like he got too much ego into his head, and the guy sucked in that game that I backed him. However, I think Derek Queen's a little bit different, and he's at home. The game that I backed Khalil Ware, he was on the road, I think, in Brooklyn. But I like what Derek Queen's doing, and we'll kind of talk about that in a second, but I like his upside here for 30-plus and 35-plus. Now, you're like, awesome, those aren't his lines. Yeah, his regular lines are like 26.5, 27.5. In my opinion, Derek Queen is either going to have 30, 35, maybe 40 PRAs, or he's going to be in like the 18 to 22 range. And so I rather do, instead of a full unit on the regular line, I'd rather go for a little bit of value, just like we did with Cooper Flag yesterday. And if he finishes with 27, 28, 29, whatever his regular line is, and cashes that, doesn't cash this, whatever, I'll take it on the chin and move on with my life. But like I said, Derek Queen been playing very well as of late, and him and the Pelicans are today hosting the Atlanta Hawks, which hopefully is a competitive game. Now, as always, we'll be back on Props Menace. I use it every single day. I just might not use it in the videos, depending on the day. But Derek Queen, now you'd be like, Austin, this guy, what the? He's only over in 3 of 16 games. Yes, I understand that. But again, these games, he was not playing at all. He wasn't playing. And what happened here? Willie Green got his, you know what, kick to the curb. And so since then, we've seen a changing of the guard for Mr. Derek Queen. And we've seen these 4 games that he started, he's played pretty well. And now this game, they lost by 20. This game by 20 again. But again, I feel like he was kind of getting his footing with the starting lineup. And then what happened in these 2 games? They finally started running the offense through him, and you've seen good results. We saw him destroy Jokic in the Nuggets. I mean, he had 30 points. Also had 9 rebounds, 19 rebound chances, 4 assists on 11 potential assists. We just saw him yesterday against the Mavericks. Another 20 points, 17 shots, 7 rebounds. We don't have the rebound chances yet, but 11 assists. So again, they're kind of running the offense through him. Now, if you see where he scores his points, a lot in the restricted area, where we see the matchup against the Hawks, pretty good. Now, in terms of, how he's scoring them, not terrible. Pick and roll, man. That's kind of what he's doing. I mean, they're running the offense through him. I don't blame James Borrego. The guy's been playing really well. And also, I want to know, Zion Williamson, does he play today? I don't know. Zion just came back from injury, 2 days of whatever, on the 19th, whatever day that was. He played yesterday, but like, you haven't seen Zion play in a single back-to-back this season. So does Zion play? I have no idea. This is a rookie that they obviously need to pan out, given how much flack they've gotten this offseason for trading a first round pick to move up to get him. They need him to pan out. So they're going to play him. They could get blown out. Yeah, no doubt about that. But I do think Derek Queen's got some upside. Like I said, to kind of re-highlight these, I think if he goes over, it's because he's getting 30, 35. I'd rather not take, you could see FanDuel, all the books are at 27.5. So I'd rather take the 2+ more for a little bit more, a much better value than like a -1, whatever. What is that? -120 line. Like, give me the better value here. Sometimes I stay with regular lines like I did with Jalen Brunson. But for a guy like Derek Queen, he's kind of an all or nothing play. So I'd rather take a chance here. Plus 142 for his regular 30+ PRAs and 35+ at plus 348. If he gets 35+, he's my man. If he doesn't, I lose 3/4 of a unit and we move on with life. I do like this one. Finally, I'll talk about a DFS slip, and then we'll get into maybe some other games that I didn't touch on. Again, we're playing these on the Betr. If you are new to Betr, please support me. sign up using my code SHOT. They'll give you a free $10 just for signing up for using my code. They'll also give you a match on your first deposit. And like I said, give you this Jokic free pick. Here are 3 other plays I looked at. They were almost on the card, but at the end of the day, Saturdays in the NBA, I'd rather not force a ton of action. Dyson Daniels, a little bit of a revenge game against the Pelicans. The Pelicans are just not a good paint defense. So Dyson, that's what he does. He scores in the paint. There's really not a guy out there that is like, oh, Dyson, you got to stick to him 94 feet. So I think he grabbed some rebounds, get some assists. It's been a big Jalen Johnson show. Nikhil's been playing really well. Dyson's quietly been hitting that line consistently. I think 2 of his last 3. Ryan Rollins, no Giannis. The guy's been hooping. I didn't take his regular line because I know if I take Ryan Rollins' regular line, the brother is shooting 4 for 17, and I'm on crash out alert. But he's been playing really well. He's their number 1 option. I also kind of like Kuzma making a return back to Michigan. Normally takes those games a little bit more seriously, but every time I bet on Kuzma, he also sucks. So I'd rather not do that. I'll throw it in here. If it misses, whatever. And then Vince Williams. I know he's been cooking on the assist, but I think it's a better matchup for him scoring. The problem is sometimes he just doesn't make shots. But again, this is a Mavericks team staying home on shooters, forcing your number 1 ball handlers to score. We kind of saw it yesterday. I think Vince Williams has a decent game scoring. 12 points, not too high of a line. His regular line is usually like 13, 14 and a half. I think he can get us 12 on a little bit of a reduced line. Finally, and again, you can sail that on Betr if you want. Use code SHOT or the link down below. Finally, we wrap up talking about the other games that maybe I didn't talk about in this video. Again, we'll be doing that on Betr. We love Betr. Not even, what am I saying? We're not doing on Betr roster. We're doing on Props Madness. Come on. This is the other game. Clippers versus Charlotte. Now, for starters, this game's at 1 p.m. There's something, call me crazy. There's something about those early NBA games that it just is just a weird game script. You got like some bench players coming off and getting triple doubles. You don't know. But Brandon Miller will be making his return today. I don't hate his line, but again, backing a guy on his first game back, I did look at LaMelo Ball, rebounds plus assists, been pretty good to the line. They moved it up from 12 and a half, so you would have been hooked a couple times here, but not a bad matchup. You see other guards against this Clippers team have been doing some pretty good damage on the guards. Now, in terms of the Clipper side, dude, nope, not doing it. Next, Orlando. I already talked about Jalen Brunson, obviously, but I do kind of like Franz over in points today. He's had a couple bad games in here, but look, he's played pretty well against the Knicks in the past, like head-to-head wise. You look at his head-to-head numbers, not too bad. A couple down games in here, but I like Franz. Just didn't want to double down on the same game. Atlanta Pelicans, already talked about that. This is just not, no. I don't want to bet this game. Kobe White likely returns. No thanks. And then the only other game we didn't talk about is this game. Nuggets on a back-to-back, like Jokic, like his assist. Kings. Jeez, man, that's how I feel watching a Kings game. Jeez, that team stinks. But either way, thanks for tuning in. I will have some NFL videos dropping later on today. I think we'll have one probably around 12 or 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then we'll have a later one tonight. I've been cooking up the NFL card over the last 2 days. I like what we got. I'm just saying. But either way, thanks for tuning in. Have a great Saturday. Good luck. And if we bring out the brooms today, that'd be electric. Join the Dub Club if you seek. Links down below. Join Betr if you want. Links down below as well. Thanks as always. It's Austin. I'm out of here. Also, I meant to say thank you guys again for all the love and support for Shiloh. She's the best. But yeah, thank you guys again. A ton of support yesterday. Ton of love. And I'm sure she feels it. Either way, I'm out of here. See you in the next one. Peace.